Have you ever seen a movie so bad that you question the very definition of comedy? A movie so terrible, you start to appreciate every single second you're not thinking about the movie. A movie so bad, so abysmal, you start to ask yourself, is it really worth living anymore? Well, I have, and I'm gonna share it with you. So, Postal originally started as a top-down shooter in 1997. Nothing special, but its over-the-top edgy humor seemed to garner enough attention to land itself a sequel. Fast forward to 2003, and Postal gets its second game out to the public, and ooh, this time it's an over-the-top edgy first-person shooter. Exciting, I know. And with the new perspective, the game only embraced its stupid ways, implementing a button to pee on people, a button to flip people off, and of course the famous cat suppressor. Gameplay.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
Let's skip ahead a few more years to 2011. Postal just got its third game released, and this time, it's a third-person shooter. Ooh-wee! Who knows why they keep changing perspective? All I know is the game was so bad, even the publishers pretend it doesn't exist. But, moving ahead to modern day, we now have Postal 4 in early access. How and why they're still making these games? Fucks me, who cares, right? But if the horse is still spitting out money, and people are still willing to give them money, then you may as well continue kicking it. This video isn't about the games. They have their own flaws and positives, and I'm not going to go into it. Today, I'm talking about the 2007 movie Postal, directed by Boyle. I don't care how to say his name, I'll be honest. The absolute genius that brought us such great movies as Blood Raven, you've probably heard of, got 2 nominations for Worst Film of the Year and won an award for Worst Sense of Direction, whatever the fuck that means. In the Name of the King, another movie he made, which once again was a really, really well received movie with another nomination for Worst Film of the Year, and actually won an award for having the worst director. I know, that's fucking mind-blowing, who would have thought? I mean, just look at his Wikipedia, right? The man doesn't seem to understand what a movie is, let alone how to make it entertaining or worth watching. Oh, and just in case you're wondering, Postal also got an award for Worst Director, so that's a sign of quality. I'm gonna go off script here just for a second and talk about the man behind it all, the myth, the legend. You've probably all heard about him at some point. Boyle, or however the fuck you say his name, as I said before. I don't really care. The enigma that this man is, and how difficult it is for me to make this review without having to talk about the man behind it, is quite difficult, if I haven't made that clear already. He is so well documented and so well spoken about that there's really nothing I can say here that you probably don't already know. But just in case you don't know, the man is known for just genuinely not giving a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck. He makes these movies, and for some reason people still give him money to make movies. He used to box critics. Not even, I don't want to say box. He used to beat the shit out of critics because they, in my opinion, let him. He writes some batshit crazy letterbox reviews just because, fuck it, why not? And all around, I think he's lost the plot a little bit. And the funny thing is, I think he's okay with that, and he's just trolling everyone who gives a fuck at this point. So I don't want to give him too much attention, because that's exactly what he wants. Hell, me talking about this movie is probably exactly what he wants. But if you don't know anything about Boyle, I highly encourage you to do some research, because he is probably one of the most entertaining people in Hollywood, by far. He is so fucking weird. He's so nuts. I would genuinely call him a psycho, because he's just that far out there. I'm just gonna preface this interview by saying it's not my fault that it looks like it's recorded with a toaster. I don't know why it looks like this. I'm pretty sure they had higher quality in 2007, but this is just how they uploaded it.
How are you doing today?
Good. I'm the alcohol gets out of me right now from the bar yesterday night after the Postal screen.
Yeah, that's right, Boyle. Drink your problems away, buddy. Don't worry. It'll all go away if you drink hard enough.
Yeah, Postal was an opportunity for me to do something totally different.
Okay, two things. One, it's not that different from your normal stuff. It's still shit. And two, different doesn't mean good.
I was very frustrated. I didn't write any scripts for 6-7 years. I got bad reviews for Blood Rain, for Alone in the Dark, for House of the Dead.
I wonder why. Can't fathom why you got bad reviews. Maybe people just don't like you, you Boyle. Maybe that's it. Maybe people just don't like you as a person.
And I felt like, so now I sit down and I write something what I want to see on screen, and where I give a shit basically about rating, audience, critics, and distribution.
It all makes sense now, doesn't it? It all just makes so much more sense now to know he went into this film not giving a single fuck. That explains so much about this film. It's just that he didn't care. He just didn't care. And you know what? It shows. Oh, whatever, fuck it. Next interview, let's see what the actors have to say for themselves, alright? Look, I'll be honest, there isn't many interviews around, alright, about this movie. But I did find one I thought was very entertaining, to say the least.
I'm sure a lot of you guys saw, Loose Change, that movie about the 9/11, the falling of the towers and so forth, and you see a little bit of conspiracy theory here and there. But actually now to be involved in what's going on with this movie, where the New York Post is suing...
I'm sorry, I have to take a moment here to just appreciate the beautiful look of, I don't know if it's regret, disappointment, just genuine depression, I don't know, but the look on Yui Boyle's face, still don't know how to say his name, is priceless.
Because there was a parody on the New York Post, because they took 20 seconds of the opening of the movie and they showed it to some survivors of 9/11. That would be the equivalent of taking the middle part or the beginning of Borat, where they have the kicking of the Jew, where they lay the Jew egg, and showing that to a fucking synagogue, and everybody would be offended, but it's not in context.
It's not in context, okay? It's not in context. Well, I'm gonna crack that big fat nut right open right now. The movie you are trying to defend right now, Zach Ward, pretty sure that's the actor's name, has no context. It's a piece of shit which is attempting to make jokes at the expense of literally every single person that's existed, and to make the defense that it lacks context makes no sense. And let me show you the clip that he's talking about that offended so many people. Let me show you this contextless scene, and you see if context would make this scene any better. You tell me.
Congratulations, Nabi. We are at the doorstep of our martyrdom.
Praise Allah.
Praise Him. 99 perfect virgins will worship us for all eternity.
I thought it was 100.
What's that?
Hey, I'm not greedy, but what if it's 10?
Would it make you feel better if we called the big guy? Osama, yes, it's Asif. No, we're on it.
Hello! Yes. It's about the virgins.
He said not that many anymore.
We can't guarantee more than 20. Tell the passengers we are changing course for the Bahamas.
Bahamas!
Now look, obviously I've cut it before it smashes into the building, but the next scene is just a plane smashing right into the building, obviously with the other tower in the background. Yeah, that's the scene. That's what's lacking context. And let me remind you, yes, I cut that down just so you wouldn't have to sit through like a 4-minute fucking intro to a movie that has no impact on the rest of the movie. That's how the movie starts. That's the start of the movie. So him talking about context makes no fucking sense. And my dude, you need to watch the fucking movie you're in and realize why people are mad, alright? I'm not sitting here trying to sound like a social justice warrior, because the movie doesn't offend me personally. The only thing that offends me about this movie is how fucking boring and sluggish it is. But I'm going to stop myself there because I don't want to start talking about the movie just yet. You know, I just realized something. I'm 10 minutes into this video. 10 minutes. And I haven't even begun dissecting this movie. And I think that might go to show just why nobody has talked about this abomination before. Because there is so much to unravel. There is so much to pull apart that it just surrounds this movie that it's hard to focus on the movie. And the worst part is, this intro about me talking about everybody involved is gonna be more entertaining than me talking about the movie. Because the movie is so fucking bad that it genuinely hurts me to watch. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying that because, oh, fuck it, it's funny to say it hurts. No, I tried to get my friend to sit down with me and watch it. Even with the use of alcohol. We made it 30 minutes into the movie and said, nah, fuck this. We both agreed we would be better human beings by not sitting down and finishing the movie. I can't express how annoyed and depressed this movie makes me. Not because it's offensive, but because it tries so hard to be funny and fails every single time. Alright, look, I'm gonna be honest with you all. Yesterday was a mess. I recorded a lot. I feel like I got a little bit delusional by the end of it. And while I feel like I should edit that shit out, I feel like it's important to leave in to let you guys just understand how much hatred and bitterness I have towards this movie. Not the contents of it, not the message, nothing like that. But the fact this movie exists, and people funded it, and people went to auditions to be in it, we truly do live in the darkest timeline. So today, I'm gonna try and do everything I can to actually talk about this movie, to actually sit down and watch this movie. As much as I don't want to, I'm gonna do it to finish off this video and finally put this movie behind me with closure in my life. And I'm doing this so nobody else in the world ever has to watch this movie again, because it does not deserve the 1 hour and 40 or 50 fucking minutes, however long it is, of your life. You deserve to be able to do something better with your time than sit down and watch this. So let's get on with it. So the movie starts out like any good movie would, as I spoke about before, with a good old parody of 9/11 bombing. What's the purpose of it? Fucks me, who cares? It's there. We are treated to then one of the worst opening titles of any movie I've ever seen, followed by an establishing shot of the beautiful town of Paradise. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is our wonderful main character, protagonist, whatever the fuck you want to call him, for the rest of the movie. And his name... Wait, what is his name? Dude. Now let's skip some shit here. Dude has a bad wife. His wife is fat. His wife cheats on him. So Dude, fed up with his boring, mundane life, tries to seek something new. So he contacts his uncle being a scummy man. And with the scummy man comes a scummy plan. It's also worth mentioning that like 20 minutes into the movie, some random chick shows up and she's mean in a cafe and she's the romantic interest. Oh yeah, because this movie needs a fucking romantic interest. Whoa! Alright, so they make a plan to get the crotchy dolls, and it's like a Nazi convention or some shit. I don't fucking know, right? The crotchy dolls, woo woo, we get it. And it turns out the partner boy is secretly a Nazi or some shit. I don't know. He's evil. He doesn't like the uncle. He wants the crotchy dolls for like world domination or some really dumb shit like that. Also, I haven't mentioned it because it's not really important, but there's a lot of shit about the Taliban in this movie. Why? Because there's a big shootout at the end where they go pew pew pow pow and take out all the Taliban. The dude and his romantic interest. Gal. And yeah, well, that's pretty much about the movie. There's some dumb shit about the crotchy dolls having like some bird flu or some shit. And I know I got the story wrong about the guy turning on him. He's like a religious fanatic or some shit. I don't fucking know. And it doesn't fucking matter. Because if Yui Ball doesn't care, why the fuck should I care? Alright, that's what I'm gonna say right now. But that's the plot of the movie in a nutshell. Does it have to be spread across an hour and 30 minutes of nonsense? Fuck no. But I'm gonna talk about this next. The comedy. The comedy in this movie, if you can even call it comedy, is so obscure and just... I don't know how to explain it. It's almost absurdist comedy, but it's not. It's like if absurdist comedy and the most racist man in the world had sex, and this was the baby. This was the child that came out. This bigoted little shit that thinks random is funny, offensive is funny, and if you don't get it, you're just butthurt. Another thing about this movie's comedy is that it really likes to revolve around just off-brand characters that have no purpose to the movie other than to be a joke. Other than, we can make a joke. Police are bad, here's a joke about it. Terrorists are scary, but let's make them stupid. What else could we make? Fat people, yeah, let's make them for the fat people, and Asian people, and Italians, and all these other people. Let's just fucking make fun of them all. Look, here's some clips just to show you what I mean, because I am not offended by the jokes. I'm offended that this movie has the audacity to assume it's funny. To sit there and tell me the same joke I've heard 1,000 times with the same punchline I have seen and heard 1,000 times and still expect me to go, ha ha, that's a good one.
And this bitch is fucking up the traffic. Come down, Greg. You fucking calm down. This flat-ass bitch comes over here, she takes over the convenience stores, and they eat up all our goddamn dogs. Go and help her. Come on. You're right. Okay. Let me just get out the car and make sure she's doing okay. She's an old lady. Ugh. The light is green. You could have went through the light. What you say, bitch? What'd you stir fry that?
What happened over there?
They should call me nigger.
It's not, it's fucking, it's a riot. He said the N-word and she's Asian. He fucking, oh man, that's top shelf fucking comedy right there. Ooh, tears away from my eyes. Fucking, I changed my underwear. I just shit myself. That's fucking hilarious.
23-6.
Hey, have you heard that since the United States has closed their borders, they're getting rid of the Statue of Liberty?
I don't understand you.
All that scrap copper is going to be for sale.
I don't want copper. You go away.
Do you get it? 'Cause he's Asian. And he's Italian. And he doesn't understand. It's fucking hilarious. Alright. That's enough of that shit. Alright, I'll stop doing that because it's annoying. In all seriousness, that's pretty much the entire movie. Those jokes over and over and over again. But it gets worse. Let me just show you how dumb it fucking gets.
Bin Laden, hello, it's your dime.
Osama, you old fucker. It's GW.
You know how many innocent people we've had to torture trying to get a lead on you?
It's fucking Bin Laden and George W. Bush fucking talking. Okay, I said I'd stop, but I can't help it, because that is genuinely the reaction I think Yui Ball expected people to have, is to be like, oh, look at this fucking terrorist and George W. Bush, the best friends, who fucking, what's getting my goddamn fucking dick wet? Like, it's stupid as fuck, and they keep doing it. The Bin Laden and George W. Bush side plot is way too fleshed out in this movie, to the point where it makes I'm speechless. I'm trying to make a sentence, but the more I have to watch this movie, the more my brain just melts, and I question, why the fuck do I continue to make this video? Because the more I talk about it, the more I realize I'm wasting my time. I chose this movie because I thought it would be an easy target. But the more I talk about it, and the more I sit here and spend hours editing my already messy video, the more I realize I have probably put more effort into this shitty little video than anybody ever put into Postal the movie. So for my sake, for my sanity, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna talk about one final thing. Before I get into the compilation, this review right here is what I'm talking about. The 9 out of 10, an exercise in thrash movie making. Best video game adaptation ever! Definitely. It's definitely the best video game adaptation ever. Because, you know, if you got a shit game, you can make a shit movie. There you go. Look at that. Fucking knocked it out of the park with that one. But to reply to the last sentence in this, of people criticizing the movie because it's violent, disgusting, and offensive, shouldn't comment on it. They obviously missed the point.
Well, I have to say, I think I got the point pretty hand in hand. And the point of the movie is to be pure hate bait. The entire point of the movie is to annoy people or offend them. It's just hate bait. So it's really not that impressive. I mean, anyone can make hate bait.
Okay, time to shut the fuck up and show some reviews that are funnier than probably my entire video. Oh shit, I actually found someone with a brain! So in summary, Postal is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Not because it's offensive, not because it's violent, not because it sends a message, but just because the movie screams that it doesn't give a fuck about anything. And I'm not mean social issues, I mean quality issues. It doesn't give a single fuck. And that's pretty rich coming from me. I know this video's a mess. There's a lot of shit in this video that I haven't done correctly. I'm aware it's the first time I've used Premiere. Alright, just, you know, saying that. These people get paid money to do what they do, and I feel like if you gave me the same amount of money they had, money, I could make a better fucking movie. That's not me speculating, that's me making a promise. So, to wrap it up all again, don't watch this fucking movie. If you want to watch this movie, it's on YouTube, so go fucking right ahead, but you'll regret it, trust me. And, I hope you enjoyed, because I definitely didn't.